All right.
Hey guys, welcome back. Hope everybody's doing good out there.
Good morning. Oh, there's people. There's people talking. I can see the people talking.
Everybody's already doing stuff.
Dave wants to know if there's chocolate on your desk. Is there chocolate on your desk?
I don't think so.
That's a good question.
Are you talking about this
He's
thing
asking
over
hard-hitting questions.
over here,
Get
just
to my
above
desk,
Sumele? Just wondering if this is what you're talking about. It's unfortunately not chocolate. It's just buttons to push during the stream. I'm a button pusher. What can I say?
Here's what I could say. Could you fix your screen thing so that I can actually see you the way that everybody else sees you, rather than you with a green screen in one corner? And
I can't because it's coming out of a different computer.
It's okay if no.
I could turn my camera off if that helps.
All right. Nah, it's fine. Okay. I like to be able to look at you in case you make funny faces.
My wincing.
Oh, yeah, there's one right now.
Nobody else got to see that one, though. All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, enough of that. No, so Dave said there was a stain on your desk.
Oh.
That's what your chocolate was.
Yeah. No, it was a little piece of pencil lead was right there, and I inadvertently drew on my wood desktop. All right.
Oops. Now it's ruined. You'll
It
never
is.
be able to use it for...
Hey, guys. Welcome to SketchUp Live. If we have not met before, I'm Aaron. Well, if we have met before, I'm still Aaron.
I'm Jody.
And yes. And with me, I was getting there. I was building up anticipation. I had a lot of nice things to say about you, but now I'm just going to say, here's Jody.
There's Jody sitting over there.
Yeah.
Ignore him.
So,
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's right. I hope you guys are having an awesome week this week. This is going to be a fun one. I'm excited about this. We get to build some appliances. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I got to say about that. Yeah. We did post, I'm going to do, this week we're going to work off of some DWG files. GE actually has a number of websites. So I pulled a few DWGs from their Monogram site. Jody can throw a link to it. If you haven't already, it's in the forums too. So forums.sketchup.com, you can look in there. That's also where we keep a calendar of what each of these live events is going to be. So it's a good thing to bookmark and check out if you don't already spend time in our forum. But hey, how are you guys?
Which is silly because obviously everyone does.
Yeah, obviously. Hope everybody's doing good out there. It looks like we got people chiming in from all over the world again. Got some Vancouver, Somerset, UK, Seattle. Yeah, Dorset.
Dorset is not sunny today. I do see that.
Apparently. Unsunny. We're sunny-ish here, right? We got a little
cloudy.
Slightly overcast Longmont, Colorado. Still good stuff. Yeah. So hey, we're gonna roll. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna start modeling. Brazil and Syria are chiming in. That's awesome. Estonia's back for more. Mexico, Miguel, how's it going?
There's like 10 links to I'm not going to post each individual DWG link. That's crazy.
Oh no, just send them back to the forum.
Monogram.
Let's go get it off the forum.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay, Norway wins. That's
so many links.
-11 in Norway. That's chilly. I think we're at.
That's probably in Celsius.
Oh, that's still cold. Isn't that colder?
So
I don't know.
I
don't know how that works.
It's probably the same as. I don't know.
It's certainly not. It's 60 degrees here Fahrenheit, so which is pretty nice. Yeah, but anyhow, that's not why we're tuning in. All right, let's get back. Let's get serious about this. Okay, so
stay on target.
Focus. Just finished my second cup of coffee. So here's a thing that happened. I did something. It was one of those things that I did that I knew I shouldn't do, and I did it. And as I was doing it, I was like, this is a bad idea. I, for some reason, decided this morning, about an hour ago, that I was going to update my 3D mouse driver. And something went wrong, and I got not a working 3D mouse. So that's a bummer. I'm going to have to dig into that. I'm going to have to spend some time. I know I've been demoing software live for about 20 years now. And I know there's some things you don't do an hour before you show software. The key one is change software.
I think there could be a lot of fun in just watching you troubleshoot that. I mean, how many people have installed and are using Space Mouse and having problems with it?
Yeah,
right?
Well, see, here's what's going to happen, because this is how I'm going to spend my afternoon. I already know this. What I will do is I will go in, I will start uninstalling, reinstalling, restarting my machine, and I'll do that in various orders, those three things. Uninstall, then restart my machine, then install. Nope. Okay, restart my machine, uninstall, reinstall, restart. I'll start messing with that. Eventually it'll start working, and I'll have done so many steps of yeah, exactly. It'll just be a mystery and it'll be working. So I'll be like, well, all right. So the short of it is I don't have a 3D mouse today. So because all I will do is come over here and grab it and try to use it, I'm just gonna actually remove it. Have this nice clean space with nothing. And yeah, we're gonna go even old schooler. I was talking about how I haven't installed the extensions, and now I'm taking a step further, no extensions and no 3D mouse. So this is as basic as I can think to get.
Next week, no 3-button mouse.
Trackpad only. Nope.
No scroll wheel.
I will not be able to tune in for that. I'm afraid that's a bridge too far, my friend.
All right, fine. You know.
Yeah. So, yeah. So let's. Yeah, it is like Aaron Powell said. It's like removing your left hand, and I do feel I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit over here and pretend. This hand's just going to start.
Just sit on your left hand.
No, that takes me out of frame. I can't do that. Okay, so let's get in here and actually do this thing. So I downloaded some DWGs. I shared them up on the forum. They are files. I pulled them directly off the Monogram site. I have not tinkered with them in any way, shape, or form. I opened a couple of them just to make sure they look okay. But other than that, haven't done anything to them. So I want to, as much as possible, just design right from those. My goal with this, by the way, we're not going to, detailed product. I'm not going to model the inside of any of the items. I'm not going to, I don't have photos, so I'm not going to photo match. I'll just use standard textures, colors, put it on there. But what I really want at the end is a handful of appliances that I could drop into a SketchUp model to accurately represent those appliances in the kitchen I'm creating. That's my goal. So I'm not really terribly worried that, I'm not going to model the inside of the dishwasher, the refrigerator, that kind of stuff. I'm just going to work on the outside, what's shown in the drawings. I'm also just going to use this. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you want to talk about why you wouldn't put a sticker on there, Lego style, that just has all the detail that you're about to model?
Because I didn't go get that ahead of time. I'm honest. I mean, that's really it. If I had gone and got the drawings off the website and cropped them, we need to crop them. So maybe if we get done early enough, maybe we'll pull up the Monogram site and screenshot each of the products and put it on. That's something we could do. I'm going to do as much as I can with just actually modeling it right now, though. So we'll see where that goes first, and then as we have time, we'll do some more. All right. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in and do a one-handed appliance model right now. Whew, just got hot in here, sweating a little bit. You know, it's a dependency.
Hot flashes.
Yeah, I've just gotten to the point where, like, if I'm just modeling on my laptop, like if I just take it downstairs, I'm modeling on something like that, I will find myself, honestly, my left hand is shooting over like this to grab that 3D mouse. Oh, it's not there.
So do you ever almost try and use a 3D mouse that doesn't exist in the world? Like sometimes after I've been playing games, I'm expecting to see like a mini map in the corner and stuff like that.
Yeah, I probably, there's probably been cases where, you know what I have done recently? I was working on something that a project I did over the weekend, and I was kind of drawing up my plan for it. And I did try to rotate and zoom at one point on the paper. I didn't actually get to the point where I landed my fingers on the paper and did a pinch to zoom, but I did go for it and caught myself before I made contact. But yeah, I do too much digital drawing, I think. But all right, so let's do this. Got a brand new model here. Again, no extensions loaded. I did install a couple extensions. I installed some of TomTom's stuff, so I do have some. If I right click, I have selection toys and that kind of stuff in here, but that's about it. So we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna go File and Import. And I want to start with the dishwasher. The dishwasher is definitely the simplest of the pieces. So I'm gonna start with the dishwasher. I'm gonna go ahead and grab drawing. I don't remember what drawing 1 and 2 is. They have a plan view and a front view of each of their items. So I got both, but I don't remember which is which. I'm going to import both of them. So I'll just start with 1, import it, let it do its little importy thing. And then Steve Baumgartner says that during these streams, he tries to zoom in on my screen with his mouse and it doesn't work for him either. So
oh yeah, that happens a lot.
We're all just doing the best we can.
Yeah.
All right, so here is a top-down view.
I also have an iPad, and I spend a lot of time touching my computer screen now.
Yeah. Oh, life's a learning experience all the time. All right, so there we go. That's a top-down view. That's going to be pretty nice. That gives us, you know, the depth this way, the size of the box. It shows us a top-down view of the control panel, and it gives us a horizontal depth of the handle. Let's go ahead and import the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and import, and this is dishwasher 2. Let that pull in. Looks good. All right, and there is a front view. Pretty simple. That's simple is good, I guess. All right, so one of the things.
It's like a Go ahead.
Oh, hey, I'm just gonna keep talking, so you're gonna have to like just push right over me with your things, because coffee. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll shut up. I'll stop trying to talk so much.
Bring it on. I'm not talking until you say something at this point.
Okay, I was just going to acknowledge that Ashley tries to tap words to look them up, and I also do that whenever I'm reading books now.
You know, I had an issue. I switched over to a paper book about 3 days ago, and I finished reading a page, and last night did reach out to the paper and went like that. Doesn't work. I had to actually turn my eyes to the next page like a sucker.
Man,
it's the worst.
Chomp.
So these, I did just import them at scale, and I haven't checked any dimensions yet, but just looking at them next to Semele, I mean, that seems about the right size for dishwasher. If we go, we'll go check a dimension right now. I'm going to zoom in here with my mouse, the scroll wheel. And if I drop that straight down to the origin, so it's 2'9". So that seems like that's right under counter height. Counter height's what, like 32 inches, 30, 32, something like that. So that seems about right.
Sounds right.
I
can run upstairs and measure real quick.
That's okay. We're going to wing this.
Okay.
All right. So what I want to do now is I'm going to start building the geometry up. There's some information I don't have from here. Like, I don't have a profile view, so I can't see the sides, so I can't get just perfect information about like where these pieces are, where the door is versus the rest of the parts. So I'm gonna make up a little bit of things here, which you guys are of course welcome to call me out on if something's not right in your opinion. But right now, oh, that was the other thing. So one of the things that people try to do a lot of times when they import DWGs is work right off of that line work. It is of course an option. You can always grab this. I could grab this, I could right click and explode this whole thing and start working with the lines. I personally prefer to use the lines as a reference. So if I keep these two sets of lines grouped in their groups, I don't have to worry about accidentally changing a line or overriding a line or something like that. I can just leave it how it is and I can snap to that geometry. If you prefer to try to import it and work inside of it and convert that, that's fine. That works perfectly well. I'm not going to do that in this case. I'm going to keep them grouped and work off of them as reference instead. All right, that's enough talking. So I'm going to come in here.
You got a lot of words in your face today.
There's stuff is happening. I'm going to start with a simple rectangle. I'm going to bring it down to, I think here, again, this is where I could be a little off, but I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to pull that out to, I guess, here, this far. So that looks like the main part. And then it looks like we have probably like a facade layer on top of that right here. And then I'm assuming this is the door on the outside of that. So this is like a rim or something around that sticks out past the countertop that has the controls on it. I don't know. So I'm going to temporarily group this.
So like the controls on my dishwasher are on the top of the door. Is it possible this is caved out a little to see the top?
That could be.
We don't know.
This could be the door could be all of this.
You don't want stuff on the top of your dishwasher whenever you're cramming it underneath your counter.
That is true. So let's assume that's the case, and we will go with another rectangle. This rectangle is not going to be the full height though. I'm just going to shift to lock it in this green axis right here, and I can spin around like this and bring it down to where this first line was. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to pull that out to this right here. Look at that. See, I'm trying to grab something.
Right?
What's that?
I'm assuming none of these DWGs are a side view that might show us.
Nope. We got top and
probably
front. All right. So I'm going to grab that, make it a group.
Okay. Orbit around. Oh man, this is not so buttery smooth. You're orbiting.
I know it's not as nice as we're all used to. All right, I'm gonna put these down here. Pull this out. I'm assuming this. I don't know where this comes out to, but I'm gonna get these three. I don't want to lose them. That's basically what I'm doing, is grabbing this now while I have it. So I bring it out like this. So I'm assuming this is some sort of decorative facade.
Kick plate.
Yeah, a decorative kick plate. So I'm just going to do that for now. I'm going to grab these two together. Make that into a group. All right, so I have a series of groups. I am intentionally grouping them right now because I don't want geometry to join. I don't want to have a big mass yet. I'll dump it all together at some point because, like I said, I'm not going to model the interior, so having the door open is not important to me. But at the same time, I want to have all geometry separate enough that I can go in and make changes without having to worry about losing anything. All right, so here I have my door, and then I have like this facade here. I'm assuming this is maybe glass or steel panel, something like that sits on the outside. So I'm going to model that as a separate piece. It's the same size as this rectangle. I could go in and grab that rectangle and bring it out, but it's simple enough to just trace it real quick like that, and then pull that out to here. All right, now start putting some detail in here. I have this. I think what it's showing here is basically rounded corners. So all these corners are rounded. So this is basically every piece this can get rounded. It's going to get rounded this direction. It's going to get rounded this direction. So I want to go around every side. Yeah. And then I think if I flip back here to the front view, same thing we'll see. Yeah, see there's, again, it's starting to round it. So I'm going to round all this off. Again, I don't have extensions. If I had something like Fredo Corner installed, this would be just a click, right? Because I could just come in there one time, grab it all, hit round corner, and be done. I don't have it. I'm going to look at this dimension right here. So if I look from here to here, this is 3/8 of an inch. So I'm not rounding off very much. Even if I do 1/8 of an inch, that's gonna, let's see what an 1/8 of an inch looks like. So I'm gonna come in here, draw a line up, 1/8 of an inch, draw a line over, 1/8 of an inch, use an arc between the two. So that's what an 1/8 inch arc will look like, which, I mean, I think that's gonna look all right. One thing I am gonna do, I'm gonna undo that. I will do an 1/8 of an inch arc on here, but I'm gonna do it in a specific order. First off, I'm gonna put it on the front of the face first. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna pull up my arc and I'm gonna change my number of sides. 12 is gonna give me nice smooth sides, but for an 1/8 of an inch, we're talking about an arc this big, I probably don't need a dozen sides. I could drop that down to 6 or 4. I'll just cut it in half and say I want to put 6 sides on it. And then I'm going to draw a line down again, 1/8 of an inch. Go to my 6-sided arc. Put that across here. Zoom in a little bit tighter.
So funny how much different this all looks without that space mouse, man.
I know.
One heck of a presentation device.
It really is nice. It's one of my favorite things next to my 3D mouse. So I'm just double clicking on each of these corners just to get that same offset, and then I can just push pull that back, and then same thing here. Push pull that back. Swing around up here. Pull that, and then one more time right here. Okay, so we got the first piece rounded off. Now I want to round off the front, and to do that I'm going to do the same, very similar. I'm going to come in here. Let's go to the midpoint so I have a thing to snap to. Where's the middle of this line? There we go. There's the line. I'm going to drop a line down an 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to come in an 1/8 of an inch, and then I'm going to put an arc between the two. In order to see what I'm actually drawing, I'm going to go up to View, Face Style, and turn on X-Ray, and then put that same 6-sided arc right here. There we go. Now, to do this follow me, I'm just going to pick the face. This is the face right here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to swing inside, select this arc.
I'm curious why you named the file Untitled when you saved it.
Oh, come on, man. I'm not wearing my save shirt. I'm wearing my oops shirt.
Did you go change into that after you screwed up your mouse?
No, I probably predestined these problems by wearing it first. Yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is save. I'm going to call this.
Sven went and confirmed, as several others have also, that the controls are on the top of the door, the inner edge. If we never open the door, you don't have to model that.
That's true. All right, so what am I doing? Oh, face style. I'm gonna turn off X-ray because I actually poked my head inside. This is something that's actually a lot easier to do with 3D mouse. Not that I need to start making a list of what's easier to do with 3D mouse, but navigating inside is something I do all the time, but it feels awkward when I'm here. All right, so I want to get a copy.
I'm really good at being bad about like breaking through a surface if I need to get past it.
It takes it's a little work.
Wheel.
And I'm going to take this face and I'm right now option rotate a copy of it over there. Now I'll grab this surface, say follow me with this surface, and then grab this surface and say, uh-oh, I got some issues. I got issues. Follow me with this surface. Still don't have it. Still, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep reaching over there. All right, so that caused issues. That caused some face issues. And this is something everybody will run into sooner or later. it's too small. So this to here is, the faces are too tiny for it to create. So I thought 6 sides was going to be enough. Apparently it's not. So I'm going to back up a couple steps. I'm going to do all of that much quicker this time without all the talking. So I'm going to drop this even lower. I forgot how small this face this is. I'm going to grab this arc and let's drop it down to 3 sides. All right. And then, oops. All right. Now I'm going to grab an arc, stick it on this side. Get my reference lines real quick at 8. Draw that 3-sided arc, 3-sided arc. Wait, that's not 3-sided. I modified the first one. I didn't change the properties of the new one. 3, enter. All right, there we go. So obviously one of the things I don't know, this is probably coming up. I could scale up to get that in there, but like I said, I'm really looking for a performant model. I really don't want, or not worried about a nice smooth. This is probably over modeling anyhow. I could probably get away with just a square panel on the front. But if I model all these as just square boxes, we're going to be done in like 20 minutes. So I got to add at least a little bit of detail here. There we go.
Or we can just talk more.
That's true. That is always true.
Talk over each other. That way we have to stop and say, "Oh, sorry, you go first."
No, I was just reaching for my 3D mouse again. I got a problem.
So this would be a good day for a 3D Space Mouse drinking game.
Oh.
Every time Aaron does that.
I would be responsible for sending you guys to the hospital. All right, there we go. And then again, same thing I did before. Come this way, 1/8 of an inch. Draw a line to keep that broken. Draw a line across here because it's just over 1/8 of an inch. Take that. Option, rotate that over, get rid of these lines. Try this again. Let's see how that worked. Oh, I think we're really close. I think the corner got too small. Oh, it did. Look at that. Just overlapped.
Oh, so close.
It is. So easy enough, I think, to clean up, but frustrating that not ideally, not the way I want to have to model all that. I don't want to have to go in and clean all that up.
I mean, it's a good thing to be able to do, but it's not good TV.
It's not exciting to watch this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this on one corner. There we go. So if you ever run into this issue, there we go. I'm gonna make this one corner just perfect, and then I'll just chop it up, and then beautiful. All right, so that's what I'm looking for.
So good.
All right,
I'm just gonna start modeling only like 1/8 of a thing and just put components of it on, just orbit around. That way I never have to do any work.
You know, it's funny because that's actually Eric Schimmelfinny. You guys probably have heard that name. He's a big fan of components, and he does a lot of stuff like this. Like he will model a corner of a table and just copy it around rather than have to model it more than once. So it is a thing. So I'm just gonna intersect this with selection. That way I can dump this half of that model. And then I'll do the same thing right here. I'll go to the midpoint, come across like that, come out. There we go. Intersect face with selection. Keep reaching for that mouse that's not there. It's my Phantom Lin, man. Whoops, something didn't. Oh, that's good. All right, there we go. All right, so that is basically what I wanted. And now I can just grab all of this, copy it over here. This is a lot of work for this door.
I mean, the reality is a lot of stuff, appliances and stuff like this. It's like you don't need it to be so perfect. You just need it to look right in your model.
I know. I feel like this is one of those times that I committed to something and then halfway through I'm like, I should have just drawn as a rectangle. All right, so there we go. The cool thing is I can use this for other pieces though, because any place that I have that kind of detail with the front, which I think the other appliances have, I'll be able to actually grab this piece and use it again. So I'm just going to soften and smooth all of this. All right, there we go. That's my front. All right, these guys down here, I'm just gonna do this. I want to join these together, but I want to keep that indent in. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle like this. You can see that there. And I'll just take that and shove it all the way across to here. And then I'm going to take that line up, pull that across like that. And then I can take this line right here and bring it up to where the bottom of a piece above is, which I don't have right now, so I have to go to View, Component Edit, turn off Hide Rest of Model, then I can pull it up to here, get rid of that line, get rid of these lines. Again, I'm making that detail up, but it's because I don't have it. All right, so that's looking, it's looking nice.
My life.
Tell me. All right, next thing, let's put this handle on here. So I'm going to draw some reference geometry. There's that rectangle, and then I'll draw another piece down to the center there. All right, I'm going to grab all of that, make it a component. Make the component axis down there. All right, and I'm going to bring that. So I have that, that's the reference geometry I want for that view is all I need. And I'll bring that over here. Now I'm going to copy it over here. I'm going to scale it about itself to -1. And then butt it right up against here so I only have to model half of it. All right, now I'll go into it. I'm going to push-pull the handle, the outside part. This is the part that connects to it. Again, using the reference wherever I can. So I'm going to bring that out to about here. I've got to. Oh man, it's been so long since I've zoomed with the mouse. I don't know how to do it anymore. Okay.
Bless your heart.
It's rough. It's rough, man. All right. So now I have to round this off with a perfect half circle. And that's what I want. I want wherever a half circle is to butt in here. The easiest way that I've found to do this is to grab an arc. I'm going to bump this back up. I'm going to do like 12 sides on this. And I'm going to come way back here, far away from the front right here. And I'm going to drop an arc straight down. And then I'm going to pull it out the direction I want it to go till it snaps to half circle. Till it snaps to half circle. I said, till it snaps to half circle. Why is it not snapping to half circle? Oh, you're killing me. Just when you think you can tell something, I'm trying to teach something here. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to draw a line straight down, grab a circle with 24 sides, and pull that straight up. Now I got my half circle. Now I can grab it by the front point right here, pull it to here, and I can just push-pull that through. There we go. All right. Over here, I'm gonna get rid of these lines, get rid of these lines. And now right here, I can do the same thing. I'm gonna draw a line straight down. I'm gonna put a circle. This actually, I do wanna use a circle on. Get rid of that. So I can grab this, grab it by this top point and bring it out to right here. So everything aligns. And that is what I need from that. I can actually get rid of this right here because I don't need that either. And I can just pull this handle out to that midpoint right there. I have a little clamp I can do, get rid of that. I can Option or Control erase these pieces to smooth them out. And there's my handle. So right now, my handle is obviously two pieces. I don't see editing this anymore in the future, so I don't really have a reason to keep it as a component. So what I'll probably do is just select both of them, make them into a new group, come in here, grab both of them, and explode them. If all goes well, I should be able to just delete those lines. There we go.
There's some sort of merge, right? What is the? Is that just for tags?
Hold on, I gotta save.
Now I don't remember.
What's that?
Yeah, save it. Merging. There's not a way to merge components, right? You have to just explode them all, and that merges them. There should be a merge. Somebody should make. Maybe there already is.
Maybe there exists. Extension. It could exist. All right. So now if we nope.
Oh look, words.
Kinda. So we gotta select cycles, pre-soak, bottle jets.
Bottom jets.
Bottom.
Oh, bottle.
You sure?
I don't know. No, it looks like bottle. I think you're right.
I don't know what a bottle jet is. Wash temp, power dry, wash zones, delay, the hike. Delay the hike. So this is when you don't want to go out and be with nature. You can delay the hike. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking for this. I was thinking I'll grab this geometry and merge it in, but it's ugly geometry. I don't want it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to draw some geometry. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to put a rectangle there. I'm going to put a circle, kind of line it up with that button. There we go. And then, and bring it over here. Put it right there. I have unit snapping on, I think. Turn. Length snapping off. There we go. Now I can put it where I want. I think these buttons are evenly spaced, so let's see what happens if I... Nope. All right, so let's do it again.
Okay, so it just came up in the chat that a suggestion of doing the Hoover Dam. Now, did you already do that?
I have not done the Hoover Dam. No, that's
okay.
That's a new request.
I won't go look for it. It is. Tis.
I feel like we've done something like that, but I can't say what. So I like it. I like it a lot. All right, there we go. That's the geometry I'm concerned with. So I'm just gonna grab all of this. I'm going to move it vertically up on top of here. And I'm going to Command X. Then I'm going to come into this component and edit, paste in place, and get those. Now I do want to make these look more button-like. So I don't know what the actual controls look like. I'm assuming they're just bubble membranes that you push because that's kind of common on dishwashers. But what I want to do is I want to make it look, just set it up, make it look like a button. So this is what I tend to do in this case, is do a little bit of an offset like that. And I want to do this for all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and just repeat this step for each of these circles. Again, could have done the component here, but I knew I was intersecting geometry, so I didn't want that to be difficult. And then I'm going to do a little push-pull and drag that edge in just ever so slightly. Just a touch, she said. There we go. And then if you want to, if that's not quite enough relief, it doesn't quite look like a button, the other thing you can throw in here is maybe just bring the top up just ever so slightly, and then who can argue with the thought that that right there is a button? You can't. That's impossible. All right, and then this was offset slightly, so something like that.
Yeah. No, those are
I'd probably do the same
very
thing,
buttony.
maybe.
I don't know what this is. On the website, they look like real buttons.
All right. All right. So for my purposes, I think we're there. Yeah, I'm not going to color it yet. I'm going to leave it white because we're going to come back, see how much time we have at the end to throw some colors on here. But yeah, that looks cool. All right, so I'm going to grab all these pieces. I'm going to group them together and then take that and push it over here. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. All right, I'm going to drop these. I'm going to save, and I'm going to bring in the next piece.
I think you should, in the spirit of not making any sort of gender stereotyping, maybe you should remove Smele and stick a dude in there.
We could do that.
She didn't have to do dishes just because she's not even dressed to do dishes.
Darn right. Let's go find somebody else. As soon as this is done importing, we'll do that. We'll do just that.
All right.
Bye, Smelly. All right, I'm gonna slide this up. I'm going to import range 2 and let that do its thing.
Wow. Oh wait, this is the DWG import.
Yeah,
I mistook what you were importing there.
No, that was not to get a dude in here. All right, so now that we got that, let's hop over here to components. We got to get some reference in here, right? So let's grab. Oh, I thought maybe you were in here, Jody. How about Steve? Steve is one of my favorite guys. Not because he does look a little bit like Mr. Stanley, but you know.
I like to pretend that they were the same person. I never saw them in the same room, so
that's true. All right, same thing here. We're gonna start with a simple rectangle. I'm gonna do this whole thing up to, let's see, right here as a rectangle. This one's gonna have a little bit more detail than the last one. I'm gonna pull that out to there. Okay, and then it looks like I'm gonna put a reference line here. This pushes back. I think this is what I think happens. I think this comes in somewhat because it looks like that door is flush or back behind this front piece right here. And remember I was saying that it was worth the time I put into making that front door all curvy because we'd reuse it. Same with the handle. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab this piece and this piece and Command C to copy. I'm going to come over here, Command V to paste it. And I'm going to go ahead and just align it with, I am so controlled by that thing. It's actually making me feel bad about myself right now. The amount of control that piece of machinery has over my ability to model things.
See, that's why I don't use anything. I don't even use a mouse. I just have to. I do all key commands. I just type.
Good for awesome. You. You're doing a better job than me.
You're using your arrow keys on your keyboard to move the cursor.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Just the thought of that makes me wince. All right. So what I want to do now, I want to take this and stretch it out, but I don't want to use scale because scale is going to distort. So I'm going to go to view and turn on my hidden geometry. Hidden geometry will of course let me grab just the geometry on the end here, and then I can take that and I can move it horizontally to that right there. So I snapped over to this point. There's the right length there, and now I got to bring the bottom up. So same thing, I'll grab all of this at the bottom and I will scoot that upwards to the bottom of the door, which looks like right about there. All right, so that gives me the door minus window that I need. So right now, if I bring this straight back, it looks like that side of the handle's lined up. So I'm gonna come in here, grab this side of the handle. We'll pull that over, same thing, shift till it hits there. Awesome. So with that, we already got the door done that quick. Now I'm gonna grab these two pieces and we're gonna slide them over, option. I'm gonna slide them over to here. Come in here to this guy, grab that left side geometry again. And then I can reference that and pull it out to there. Good. Grab all of this over here. Oh, behind my head. Those pieces. And then I can move that to there. Awesome. And then finally just grab this and slide this right over to that point there. So pretty quick and easy, we got that in there. I'm gonna have to put these windows in here, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come trace the window real quick on the DWG. So I'll go just quick rectangle like that. And then I'm gonna be making up a little bit of this again. But I'll offset this once here. I will offset that again to here. And then a third time to there. And then I'll bring this up. Bring this one down. All right. I'm gonna I'll move it out first. Before I copy it, I'm going to put it in place. If I bring this straight out along the green axis and let it snap to the front, then I can hit Command X to cut it, go into context, edit, paste in place. All looks awesome. It does some weird things though. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to take this face right here and I'm going to move it back in. I want to squish it in, so I'm going to just pull it back. Like, I don't have a whole lot of depth to this thing, so I'm not going to go back too far. Something like that, and then maybe just to get that depth again, I'll push this in just like that much. And maybe take this seal right here. I don't know, maybe we'll bring it out just slightly. I don't know, something like that. All right. So orient faces to get it all facing the right direction. Now just reverse. All right. There's that, and I'm going to grab all of that, just the geometry I just made. I'm going to Command C to copy it. Then I'm going to click out of the group. I'm going to edit, paste in place, out of context. Now what that'll let me do is slide that over so I can actually snap to that point right there. I can grab this chunk over here on the right side. Bring that in like this. There we go. And then I can grab all that. Command C, or no, I'm sorry, Command X to cut it, go into context again, edit, paste in place, let it get on there. And I'm going to run into an issue here where it's not breaking because I have, when I brought the first piece in, it was all just 2D. Now it's 3D, so it's not actually intersecting correctly. So I might have to, I could go in, you can trace lines. If it's a simple break like that, you can actually trace lines. I have several layers here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all of this, right click and say intersect faces with selection. And now I can just come in here, delete that, and that looks about what I need. All right. So there's my doors. Let's go ahead and I can get rid of hidden geometry right now and unhide the body that I made. All right, so I want to get this little kind of profile. So it looks like it just kind of, you know, gives me like a little bit of an angle around these top pieces. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to trace a rectangle like that. I'm going to grab the 3 sides of that rectangle and offset them in to here. I'm going to grab all of that, move it up front. So something I could do is I could move that DWG to, I could move it around. So I could stick that temporarily on the front of here as I do this work. That would work. That's not a bad idea. Personally, I don't mind grabbing that information and bringing it back up. I like that better because I like this nice clean look of the face right now, the way it looks. But if you wanted to, you could actually grab that and bring it over. That would not be a dumb thing to do. Let's say that. And trust me, I could show you guys some dumb things. I think I have.
Yeah,
I would classify.
You're pretty good at it.
I'm solid. I know what I'm doing when it comes to dumb stuff. All right.
My favorite is when you do it secretly.
Every once in a while. Ooh, that was stupid. How do I make it look like it was a teaching moment? I'm gonna grab this side, and this side. Oop, not the face, but just those edges. And I'm gonna scoot them back. See how it's deforming there? But I can hop down here and tell it to only go back. I do have to lock it to use that inference. Green. There we go. That gets us that. Whew, looking good. This is a good looking thing. I can also pull this up, bring this up to the back. What am I hitting? Oh. Well, maybe that's how far that goes back then. All right. Other important things on here, knobs. Got to get my knobs on here, and then I got to get that cooktop made. Those are my priorities in that order. So I'm going to do 1 again. Let's find the center of this thing. I'm going to start right there, pull that up, and I'm going to offset it to here. Offset that to here. It's really hard to tell what all is going on here, but I think what's happening, let me just get this in here now. I'll just grab all of this and we'll just pull that up to the front again. I'm going to model this out of context. I don't want this to merge with, wait, something seems off about that, doesn't it? Oh, maybe not. Okay. All right, so I think what's happening here is this surface and this surface are coming out. A little bit like that. Not a lot of detail right there. Yeah, so the overhead view confirms that there are knobs on this model. All right, so I'm going to pull this out slightly like that. And then I'm going to drop this back down, stick a rectangle. Well, that didn't come out very far. All right, that's going to be my knob. I'm good with that. I'm going to make that into a component. Call it my oven knob. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy it without seeing it because I'm going to go in here. I have it selected right now. My component oven knob is selected. I'm going to go to move. I'm going to click this point where it's at. I'm going to hit Option and move it to right here. Now I hit Option again, move it from there to there. Option again to move it from here to here. Option again to move it from here. And I'm always making sure I'm sticking on the red axis, by the way. All right, Option to move it from there to there. Option again, move it from here to here, and one last time, Option to move from here to here. So if I flip this around, I should see 6, 7, 8 knobs. Let's see. I love it when a plan comes together. When it comes together correctly and actually works. That's actually the important part of that plan coming together part.
I mean, it's still nice when it comes together.
Yeah, but I like when a plan comes together and I don't look like a sucker because of it. That's what I meant.
Okay.
All right. So it looks like we got this little bit of a rim here. Whoops. There we go. I'm going to draw this in like this. And I'm assuming that goes back across here too. It's hard to see the details on this part, but it looks like that goes up about to here. There we go. I'm going to take that to halfway across. I'm going to grab that geometry, make a copy of it, flip it. I'm kind of missing my Keurig mirror extension right about now because that was a good one.
Oh, is that part of the drivers for the Space Mouse as well?
Oh no. That's the thing I just never did get yet.
Should put a little thing on your calendar that says add. Maybe that's just what you'll do this afternoon when you're doing all your reboots.
Yeah, could be my thing. All right, I should probably save. This is good. Sweet, that looks pretty cool. That's quick and easy. I'm going to grab all of this right now, minus Steve, and make that a group. And then I'm gonna temporarily hide that group because I want to come in here and I want to real quickly put this together. I'm going to cheat a little bit because we're an hour in. No, I'm not. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to cheat. Quit trying to tell me to cheat, Jody.
Here's the thing. Cheaters never win. They always lose.
Well,
or they come in second place. I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to take this piece right here. I'm going to offset that like that. I'm going to make it a group. And then I'm going to draw a couple circles here. Make that a group. And then I'm going to come in here. We'll do it this way. And then represent my X in the middle. I'm just trying to pull the most basic geometry out of here.
Kegi said that raised piece you did, which probably you did a little longer ago now, because it goes along the back, not the front. He's going to post a picture in the forum.
Did I not do that?
I don't know. I was reading something else, so.
This piece back here?
Already fixed it.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't. It doesn't actually step up on the sides, does it? It just goes across the back. I'm assuming that's like the vent or fan kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that line is on here. Then it's lying to me.
It's probably just pieces of metal. It's just showing the seams.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get rid of this immediately then. There we go.
I'm just looking at these stoves on their website, and I'm feeling like I'm ready to upgrade my stupid glass top range. That's not as amazing as this.
That is exactly what they want you to think, Jody.
Yeah. Dang it.
I do. I mean, I do like glass, or I'm sorry, gas. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to start with this piece right here. I'm going to drag that down into the model. I'm going to, again, Command X to cut it, go into context, edit, paste in place. This one's a simple intersection, so I'll just trace one side and then get rid of that. There we go, I got that pan now. Next thing is the burner itself. So that's this piece right here. I'm going to drop this down on here. And then, again, not a whole lot of detail about this, but I think we got enough to kind of get just the idea of a burner here. Actually, all right, so I'm just gonna do something like that to kind of represent that little burner piece. There we go. And then that piece will move this way, green axis. And again, I will go, give me X-ray, and that way I can hit Option and I can align that with that. All right, so there's two burners. Everything I'm doing here then I will take and I'll copy over for the other set of burners. All right, this is gonna be the fun one. All right, so to turn off that X-ray. All right, so over here, so what I want to do is I want to cut it at 45 degrees. So I don't have that. So this is, if I need a 45-degree from a point to a surface, here's what I will generally do. I'll grab my rectangle tool, I'll snap right here, and I'll just come on here and bring it down till it references square, and then just draw a line back. That gets me a 45-degree pretty quick and easy.
That's the beauty of that whole golden rectangle. The golden ratio functionality.
There you go. So this is what I was wondering. This is not quite. I'm gonna have to do some things here to make this all line up, because I don't think this was quite square, quite perfect. Let's see what happens if I bring this one around, try to do this 180 degrees. Oh, it's close. It's close, but it's not good enough. And then this one, of course, is going to be shy, but we can always fix that as well. All right, so there, here, yeah. Ooh, this is good. This is looking good. All right. So if I come look again under here, what I got is a thicker piece right here, and then I got a thing crossing through the middle, and then these pieces that I want to flesh out. So I'm going to do it like this. Let's start by grabbing. What if I can do? I want to see if I can do this. I haven't. Can I grab disconnected pieces and offset? I don't think I can. If I do that, offset. No. Okay. I'll just grab these two, offset from here, and now while I'm still connected, I can come over here and I can reference that like that. That gets me that offset length. So now I can grab these two, offset, and bring those up to here. I guess I could have, again, I could have done 1/4 of this and save myself about 15 seconds. But I didn't. That's really the reason that didn't happen, is because I didn't do that. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and just connect this together. And this. All right, and then that middle line, put that there, put that there. Boy, that is really so not square. Huh. Well, this is going to kill me. This is going to actually cause me to die if I don't do something about this.
Don't die. That would make for a very awkward live stream.
That's true.
I guess we wouldn't call it a live stream anymore, would we?
Ooh, ba-dum-bump. Well,
looks like you're making an X-Man stove.
It does. All right, I'm gonna go back on what I just said. I'm gonna make 1/4 of this, because then I can actually get it symmetrical. We'll just get rid of all this, and if we have to stretch it a little bit once we get it in place, we'll just do that. All right, so bring this up like this, parallel to this piece. Bring this one up here, parallel to this piece. And then right here. Oh, there's the problem. Amongst other things.
There it is. I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, so. I don't know, this is one of those things that this is one thing I know that I get caught up in this kind of thing, because this kind of geometric design I think is really cool, and I guess it probably gets me more than it should when stuff doesn't line up perfectly. I should probably just let it go, but I want things to be good. I want things to be perfect. Well,
this is the perfect excuse to just not do something, huh?
Well, it's a fairly negative approach to solving that problem. If I can't make it perfect, I will never do anything ever.
I wouldn't pretend that it solved the problem.
That's true. As long as you're okay with acknowledging that, I guess, something. I don't know. Let's stay on target here.
Good call. Good call.
So there's a shape. We have a shape. Let me give it a little bit of that shape of depth. And I'm going to drop that shape. Whoop. Hold on. There's a line there. All right, let's put that down. Squish these guys down. So you... All right, now I'm going to grab this. Let's see. Yeah, and now I'm going to have to scale this a little bit. See if that one lines up the same if I scale both directions. Ooh, it's pretty close. All right. Not bad. I feel fairly good about that. Scoot it up just a touch. All right. Now I'm going to grab, we'll start with the pan. We'll come in here, come into this piece, grab that right there, start pulling it across, option to copy, and then lock the inference. So it's going on the red axis. Now I can flip underneath, real quickly reference my geometry there. And again, I'm going to do this the same thing I did last time. I got to get rid of that extra piece there. I pulled some extra geometry, easy enough to delete. And then we can come out of context, grab this geometry. We'll use this corner to reference it by, option copy it right over here. All right. Last bit, we have like a griddle and a grill. Let's see. Trying to think of how to put these in here. I think actually what I want to do is copy this geometry again. I'm gonna save Command S because I'm good at it. That's because it's a thing I do that I excel at.
And you don't even need a space mouse.
Oh man, it's so much easier to do these selections of geometry with the space mouse though. Like, have I mentioned I'm missing that?
I have to say that as much as it sounds like a commercial on the days where you describe what it is and what it does, it really sounds like a commercial when you're now talking about how you...
I apologize. I apologize.
Well, it's fine. It's just funny how, whether you got it or not, it's very obvious you love that thing.
It definitely makes some things a lot easier for me. This, you don't know what you got till it's gone sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so this I'm gonna have to copy out here for a second. And then I'm gonna squish it a little bit. I'm just making a pan here to, or just basically, I'm creating reference geometry. There we go. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Bring that in here.
How would you do flame if you were going to add flame to a SketchUp model? What would be your preferred method?
Oof. Probably. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this thing that I was going to try to do. If I was to go in and add flames, which I have added flames to models before, I would probably import an image and do like a face me. That would probably be the easiest way to do it. All right, so the griddle's got geometry a little bit like this. And then over here, we have a separate piece. I'm gonna grab this, copy it, come out of context, edit, paste in place, offset that just a little bit. And then, what does that grill look like? It goes beyond the edge and then has, all right, so here's what I'm gonna do here. Ugh. Trying to use this geometry is a little on the rough side, I'll be honest.
It's surprising how janky it is. I guess it's probably converting something 3D into something 2D.
Yeah, I assume this is like a 3D mechanical drawing of some kind was used to make this, and then some approximation happened. All right, so I'm going to trace a rectangle onto this piece like that. I'm going to grab that same rectangle. I'm going to option copy it down here because the end pieces look like they're a different size. Then I'm going to do one inference off that point. Take that straight up to here. Inference off that point. I'm inferencing off these points, but it's kind of I'll grab that one and I will go from there. Option down to this end one. Divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, 11. There we go. And now I can grab all that geometry and I can move it straight up here. There we go, slide that. Now I can get rid of these pieces in between. That should break my mesh. Then I'm up for just a couple quick push pulls, whoops, to get that geometry where it needs to be. Any place it didn't break, I'll just trace the edge like this. It is a lot. I'm doing this before I push pulled intentionally because I do want this to, I only want to have to do this once. If I push pulled and added depth to this plate first, I'd have to come back then and push pull each opening down to break through the bottom. So a little bit easier to just go through here and get rid of my holes now. And then I can just pull that up like that to make that grill face.
Look at you just dropping knowledge.
Oh, I thought you were going to say coining the insult grill face was what you enjoyed about that.
Oh, no. I don't think that's knowledge. I think that's, I guess it could be. I mean, if it's a fact, not just an opinion.
Yeah, grill face. All right. I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to put some feet on here because it's floating pretty good distance up in the air. I'm going to do that by coming in here. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to draw a line out like this. I'm going to draw a line over to here. And I can put a circle like that. And pull that up to the top here. Then grab this. Can offset it from this edge, whoops, into why is it being funny?
Everybody likes to be funny.
So
Makes us feel
funny.
special.
There we go.
Keggy said there's a trim piece that hides the feet. There's a trim piece in the front anyway.
Well, come on, man. Look at these cool looking feet. Probably so. All right, there we go. Just group that real quick. And scoot that under. You sure? Because it looks like it's open to me.
You know, I'm just saying what he said. Yeah, actually, the picture he posted even shows it. Maybe he's looking at something else. Maybe he's reading ahead. Maybe he's reading behind.
These are all possibilities, because it is possible
Yep.
to read in multiple directions. Whoops.
Well, and the feet were hidden on the dishwasher.
The feet were hidden on the dishwasher. I did see that, but I didn't see anything that hid this.
Nope. I'm looking at the picture. It's definitely got feet.
All right, I'm gonna grab all that, group it again. All right, I'll slide on over. Ooh, it's coming together. It's coming together. All right. I'm gonna go ahead, save, and then import some hood images.
Ooh, this is gonna have curves, so it's gonna be a little tricky.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Well, it's a
Maybe it won't have
rectangle from
curves.
here so far, so let's go
Nice. Okay. Perfect.
import the next one. I don't remember. There's a lot of... I had no idea the number of options you can get a hood in. There's lots of hoods out there. Oh, this hood is a rectangle.
Perfect. Well, that'll be quick and easy.
Well, it's definitely going with the flow here. All right.
You know, if you got a design that works.
I guess.
I'm looking on their site. They don't really. Oh, they do have. There's one curvy one. That's a curvy one.
All right. There's the hood.
Done.
Maybe this at least comes back. Like, it's got to at least do that, right? I mean,
I don't think it has to. I mean,
but I want
the hood
something.
over
I
our
mean,
stove is kind of built into the cabinet above it, so you don't see anything.
I want a little flavor.
Well, you can add a little flavor. I'm sure
Right.
that GE will not come after you and attack you for messing with their
I hope not.
design. You know, it's funny is as I'm looking at this,
Now I'm scared.
more of these look like they're curved than there are. Yeah, no, they are tilted. You're right. It's tilted at the top.
Okay.
I don't know which one of these is the one you're doing, but I don't see any of them that are.
I think I grabbed the first one off the list because I assumed the first one was the best, so I did that. Ew, that's ugly. All right, now I am editing the DWG. So saying before, I normally wouldn't do that, but I want to pull some basic geometry out of here. I could have drawn this right on top, I guess, but this is the issue that comes up. Especially, and we've already seen it in this model where they've obviously, this is a conversion from some other format, which, I mean, that's not weird. That happens all the time. But the way that the conversion happened ended up, hold on, I think I'm trying to erase something on my, yeah, that's physically on my screen. All right. The way that whatever conversion happened made for some odd geometry. I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to come out, I'm going to edit, paste in place. The reason I always paste, I don't know what just happened there. Undo that.
Yeah, you got real quiet and laggy.
All right. I don't think I copied that. I think that was what's going on? All right, hold up. Come here. Come here. Hey, you. Come here. Edit. Copy. Edit. Paste in place. Ooh, Ghost in the machine, man. I don't know what's happening right now. All right, let's try this. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab this shape, and I'm going to option copy it vertically to right here. Then I'm going to take this, Command X, come out of context, edit, paste in place. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'll just take that up. Actually, I don't even need that because that'd be on the inside. I think I'm pretty close to having this. Who done? I'm extremely confused about these controls because here it looks like a couple buttons, which I get. Here it looks like some knobs.
Those do look knobbish.
Which I guess you could have for different fan speeds or something, but say light, fan 1 and 2, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab these three sides, and I'm gonna offset them to here. And then I'm gonna pull it down to the bottom here. And then I'm gonna grab these two, and I'm going to scale them in to here. Whoops, I meant to hit option. Optional scale about the middle and snapped right there. Now I'm getting this profile that I have here. Oh, there we go. Look, I got buttons down here and knobs up top. Okie dokie.
Oh, there you go.
There's your problem. You guys probably already knew that. And I could have saved myself all that heartache and pain by just looking up and seeing that.
Nope, we didn't know that.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to grab that. I don't know what these are, but look like buttons or something. Grab those and scoot them up to the front. Oops, I didn't do that right. I didn't put anything in context, so I'm going to copy them up front. There we go. And like I did before, just to give me some buttony detail. Well, here first let's make this all face the right way. Reverse faces. Let's give this a little shovey poo in, and then pull this out a little bit. And then I can erase these lines back here. And then I guess I'm going to throw these knobs on here. Here, actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all this, make it a group. And then outside of that, I'm going to draw a knob. And then I guess...
You already made some knobs. Can you just reuse your knob from the previous model?
I don't think they would be the same. I think they're a little bit different size. That's probably what I could have done, yeah.
They're the same company, so I'm pretty sure they use the same knobs.
Well, apparently I already did this. Hey, it matches the look. The look's the same. All right, so I'll pull this out like this, pull this out like this. I'll grab it all, and I will copy it from here to here. All right, I think our hood's done. All right, so we'll grab all that. Oops, I didn't group those or anything.
Cheese.
It's all falling apart. All right, grab all that, make that into a new group, and then let's do this. Let's raise it up, and let's pull it on over here. Okay, that may need to go a little higher.
I like how "it's all falling apart" is literally the opposite of it. It's all coming together. Like
Yeah.
you're very, very precise in your usage of these two terms.
It's really something. There's another term.
Yeah.
All right, one more piece. I got a refrigerator to get in here. Hour and a half in. I think we're doing pretty good. So let's go ahead and do some more importing. Refrigerator number 1. Sneak a quick save in, and then we will open refrigerator number 2. And of all the appliances that are boxes,
But this one has 2 handles to deal with and potentially a place for filling up your water.
mm-hmm, there is a that.
Holy cow. There is such thing as a $10,000 refrigerator.
Yeah, I can't
I'll
say I'm
be honest with
surprised. I mean, people can.
you.
I guess I should be surprised.
I didn't realize that was possible. They're full size. Does that mean something to make it big, make it more expensive, I guess?
Yeah, that means you can fit a entire side of beef inside of it. I think is how they measure that from the old days.
You can walk in.
It's a walk-in kitchen refrigerator. All right, so there we go. All right, I'm gonna do something we haven't done on here for a while. We're gonna take a mid-model break. We're gonna take about 5 minutes, let everybody relax, step away, get a drink, refresh, and that sort of thing. Use the bio facilities if necessary. So I'm gonna save here, and we will be back in 5 minutes. Let me do this real quick because I know this is something that people do when they're streaming types. Got to throw a little sign up that says you'll be right back, so in case anybody shows up,
They don't think
it's
they
not too
come
crazy.
in the middle of a freeze frame.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good timing actually because my dogs just started going crazy. Apparently the Amazon Prime guys out there.
It's Prime delivery time. Yeah, that was a little cooler than I expected it to be. Even that was all right. All right, so we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll finish this up and then figure out what we want to do about finishing it, coloring it, that sort of thing. So I will see you guys in 5.
Starting now, or when you started saying that before?
Oh man, how about as soon as I say now the next time?
Okay.
All right,
Perfect.
starting now. All right, thank you very much. I know it wasn't 5 minutes. It was a couple minutes.
There's probably people not back yet.
Probably. Yeah, I've well, you know how you try to do things in the interest of well, we blame it on the new year. Make yourself a better person, so I decided to quit eating sugar. And one of the things that's helping me with that is drinking a lot of water, being full, that kind of thing. But there's a downside to drinking 60 to 80 ounces of water a day. One of them is you have to take breaks in your streaming. Okay.
Your skin is glowing.
Oh, why, thank you. Okay. Let's back to work. All right. So, thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking around. All right. This looks good. So, yeah, let's keep going. Let's get this fridge in here. So the fridge has a couple details. We're going to have 2 doors and then this panel at the top. So we'll get those in. Let's get those in now. I'm a little confused, honestly. I don't know how much of I don't know what all's door here and what's not. I'm assuming this is going to all be door, so we'll just go with that. All right. So I'm going to start with the outermost rectangle here. Zoom up to here. And I'll do the same thing here. Just reference off this corner to get to that corner. Pull that one down to here. 2 rectangles, and then a 3rd rectangle here up to here. All right, now I'm going to double click. Oh, did I group this beforehand? I didn't. Sweet. All right, so if you ever find yourself in this situation, that was not a smart thing to do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the information that I want out of what I just made. So I wanted those 3 rectangles. So I'm just going to come in here, select from the side like this to highlight those rectangles. I'm going to copy them, Command C, and now I'm going to hit undo a couple times until I get all the way back until all I have is that original extruded rectangle. Now I'm going to triple click and make that a group. And now I can come in here and say edit, paste in place, and that'll get those rectangles back. But now those rectangles aren't connected to the geometry they were before. Whoops. So I can easily slide them out here. I'm going to slide them out past like this so I can do a little bit of cleanup. But I feel like that was a little quicker than undoing and redrawing all of it. All right, so there's my panels. So I'm going to grab all of them actually and move them back along the green axis to right here. And then I'm going to pull it all right, so there's my 3 panels. These doors look very similar, but they're obviously a different size. So like if I take, let's look at this. This is 7/8 of an inch. If I look at my same door over here, it's 1 7/16. So they are considerably smaller. So I'm just I could bring this over and start rescaling and that kind of thing, but it's a simple enough shape that I'm just gonna come in here and draw it over top. So I'm going to go like this, like this. I'm going to pull this out to here. So basically exact same thing I did last time. see if my arc works
Well,
this time.
yeah, the arcs are going to work so much better this time.
It did work better this time.
That's what I said. Did you not hear me?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes, just occasionally, Jody, I don't know if you've heard this before, you can come off as a little bit sarcastic.
I don't understand.
All right. And hey, we know our own. That was not by no means an insult.
Was a spade calling a spade, or how does that work?
All right, so I'm going to move that vertically. And this is something, I'm going to be honest, this is something that takes a while to get used to, is moving something without seeing it at all. I think you have to get to the point where you have faith in SketchUp. So I'm going to pull this down. Same thing, I'm going to start to push down, and then I'm going to spin around. See, I just clicked once, so I'm push-pulling. And now I'm going to back up, come over here, and use that inference right there. And there we go. I got that. But like I said, it does take a little bit of time before I think you can trust that to work properly. Not you guys, of course. You guys are here, so you know everything works just how you want it to. But it's kind of a no-look pass of 3D modeling. That was a sports ball reference, in case you're wondering, Jody.
Oh yeah. No, I have some friends that like to watch the old sports ball on TV.
All right. Let's move that vertically to there. Get rid of this on top. All right, there's that handle. So now I can take that and I can move it from here. Option to copy. Constrain it and use that reference right there. All right, moving right along. Looking good. Do you still have my message floating here? I'm like, oh, look at that nice vent detail I put in already. Nope, let's get rid of that. All right, fridges be easy. Here is our one piece of detail we got on this one. So let's start with a rectangle. All right, and then I'm going to put a couple lines across here just as reference, but something like that. And then I don't know what all this looks like, but I'm just gonna put some rectangles there to represent that. All right, and I'll take all of that and we'll slide that up to the front. All right, I got an honest question for you guys. Do you guys have green and red arrows like straight in your head, like you always tap the right one right off the bat, or do you just kind of like toggle between the two of them for it? Up I got. Blue I know is up arrow, but left and right, red and green, how often do you guys nail that? Is that something that you have programmed, locked? Do you have stickers on your arrow keys? Because I kind of, when I go to toggle my inference locking between red and green, I go over both buttons knowing that I'm gonna maybe jump back and forth. I'd love to hear what you guys do.
It's just like flip along, because I always screw that one up too.
Yeah, that's a guess at best. Ashley never nails it. Keggy gets them wrong more. You know, and that's, Keggy, that's an important point. Statistically, you should get it right at least half the time, but I feel like I don't even nail it that often. I feel like
it's like putting the USB in the right way.
I know. I had exactly that experience like this weekend. I'm like, I don't use USBs very often, but I had to move one like 5 or 6 times this weekend, and every time I got it wrong.
I like how I get it right.
Right for red.
I go to plug it in, but it doesn't plug in, and so I flip it, and it doesn't plug in, and then I flip it back, and then it works.
Yeah, there's 3 sides to a USB. You guys know it. There's 1, 2, and then 3. Right for red. I like that. JDCAMC said, right for red. I'm going to see if I can remember that. Ooh, something's not straight here.
Oh, it's because it's out of square.
That'll do it. All right, that's better-ish. Okay. Ooh, looks like I never grouped my my doors either. It's all falling apart here, folks.
Take that little break and your brain fell out.
It's such a mess. All right. All right, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna kind of model this the way I want to see it modeled. That's what I'm doing. All right. So pull this panel out just ever so slightly. Push this one. Whoops. That should break. Push this one back in a little ways. Maybe something like this. I don't know. I have no idea what this detail actually looks like. Am I hitting the back of the door already? I am. I've pushed as far as I could go.
Door needs to be thicker. Make thicker doors.
Hey, following the plan to a T, kind of ish. Not really at all. Hey, it gives me the look I want, kind of, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know what it's supposed to look like. But it looks like something. I mean, if you looked at it, you'd know that's a thing that's happening right there. I believe we had, maybe this comes out a little bit like this. I don't know. Yeah, that's gonna work. All right. We do have feet. You know, the dishwasher did have feet, and I did not include it on there. Might have to step back for just a second and remedy that.
How long will that take? Oh, it's going to take forever.
Well, I'll probably just copy the feet I'm making right now and just slap a couple under the dishwasher.
Universal feet.
That's right.
Seems
like a thing that should probably already exist.
It's hard to say, you know. We all do our best.
All right. Ooh, hey, how about this? I'll actually call it universal foot. And then we'll slide that in there. Oh, looking good, foot. All right, we'll take both of them, slide them over this way, and then I'll take those two and just sneak them right over here. I have a feeling that this should probably, here, let's do this. I'm gonna, oops, go a little deeper. There we go. Put a little kick plate. Is that what it's called? Foot plate? Kick plate?
I've called them all kinds of stuff.
I call them bad words when I hit my toe on them because that hurts.
So Andy put a close-up of the ice tray. Ooh.
All right.
If you need it.
I will take it. Still not there. You know, I was talking about, I just mentioned this to Jody, is he was saying he's never really gotten on board as much with using a 3D mouse. And I said, well, one of the things that definitely, and I've mentioned this on here before, that makes it easier is when you make it so you have to use it. So what I did when I first started using my 3D mouse was actually disabled the scroll wheel on my mouse. So to zoom, I had to use a 3D mouse. And the first hour was maddening because it did not go well. But after that, it got pretty easy. It was a good way to do that, to get used to using it. I'm just sitting here wondering how long it's going to be before the opposite is true. When does that work backwards, where I stop reaching over here? Being that it's been a couple of years, I'm assuming it's going to take a little while before I stop. That learned behavior is a little too much.
Well, hopefully it didn't take you a couple of years to fix your drivers.
Oh man, I really hope not. All right, let's do this. Let's make this thing. So I'm going to go to View, Component Edit, Hide Rest of Model, because one of the things I'm going to have to do here, I'm going to have to add some depth to this portion of the door to work inside of. That was not the right spot. Easy fix. Which, this isn't ridiculous. This is, you know, inside there. That's kind of how it works. All right, so I'm gonna push this back to here because that doesn't happen like that. And it actually kind of looks like we got some round corners on the bottom here too. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that. We can pull that out here. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. All right, and then that goes some weird faces floating in there from when I intersected the door originally. Just got rid of those real quick. I had multiple faces on top of each other because of that. All right, so that does look like it. Maybe not that far. Maybe more like that. And then this thing, actually, I got this backwards. It kind of sits like this, and this goes back further. Kind of a paddle like that. And this sits just inside. Oh, hey, get back. This actually goes in like that. And then this should actually be more something like that. Whoa, that got ugly. Oh, yeah, hold up. Let me start by doing this. Take that back to there. There we go. And I'll slide that over. That's better. Slide it on over. Maybe a little more. That's better. That's more good.
More good is always
more good.
Than more bad.
It's gooder than it was before. This is probably dropped ever so slightly as well, but I'm going to run into some issues here because those curves are not going to want to hang out together. All right, but that worked. I mean, that's a pretty good. That's a good solid drink dispenser. Oh, and then now we're running into the actual fridge too. So come into the fridge and give ourselves some space. There we go. All right, I like it. I like it.
Looks like a fridge to me.
Can't argue with that. All right, so if we look at those, well, it looks pretty slick. And it kind of looks like everything is just a big, they're all just slabs of stainless.
Yeah.
You know, all right, so I don't know. Oh, hold up. I got to do one more step here just to get to the point where I struggle. If I go into my styles, I'm going to go turn my profiles off. Man, I get to this point right here, and I'm like, oh, it's so clean. I don't want to put textures on it. I like this clean white model. Just as a modeler, I look at this, I'm like, it's so done. Don't touch it.
As a model, that's a good thing, right? But as soon as you bring white appliances into your house,
it's
like I need texture on this thing.
I get that. I get it. It makes sense. All right, so let's start with the dishwasher real quick and see what we can do. So if I come in here to just regular old painting, and I go, how do I have this many colors in the model?
Did you insert something?
Not that I'm aware of.
Maybe they're all part of.
Maybe those. I guess some of those were Sumele.
Yeah, but
not all of these. What if the DWGs had some colors?
Oh yeah, I guess that's possible.
All right, so I'm gonna go to my metal materials. I'm gonna use my stainless. Oh, give it a second. That's rough. I'm gonna make it work though. All right, so this is I actually really like this texture, but I think it's out of scale because it's just not, I mean, it's too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I gotta turn on hidden geometry to make this work. And I'm gonna grab just this front panel and I'm going to position the texture and I'm gonna make it like that. See?
Right. See, that's more gooder.
Much better. Yeah, way more gooder. All right, so I'm gonna turn my hidden geometry off now, come back in here, sample this, and there we go. That looks much better. Let's see, I'm assuming that most of this also has that same look to it. This back probably doesn't because it's tucked under, but I probably do have this material here and here. And here. Yeah. Just curious how far I can go with this without having to do any projected or anything like that. Well, I like it. All right, so here we have some buttons. Again, like I was saying, we're making these kind of look like maybe these have that same stainless look, and then to set them off against the pit they're sitting in. Not like pit like it's a bad place to be, but like a recessed area. We'll come in here and we'll grab some almost black.
Sven said you can now get Star Wars wraps for your refrigerator.
I'm in. I've seen one that was Han Solo. Frozen in carbonite, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Is he like reaching out of the fridge, or is it all, I mean, is it 2D or is it?
Well, I did see somebody who finished an entire like big kitchen-sized fridge that way with like resin relief popping out of it. But I also saw somebody with just a wrap on a fridge, or maybe it may have been painted. I don't know, but it was pretty cool looking. I'm assuming this is some kind of a display, so I'm just going to leave it white like that. It's going to look clean. All right, I like that. I think that looks solid. I'm going to work my way up to the range. Whoops.
Yeah, the range is gonna. Well, it might not be that tricky because the grill's black.
It's just got more stuff than anybody else. I should be able to go in here to in model materials. No, that's the same. All right, so here's what I didn't do there. I have to rescale it in this. There we go. Sweet. It's possible these are all the same material too, right?
I think it stands to reason.
Somebody posted a picture of something with a knob on it. Yeah, they're silver knobs. These, however, are black. So I've talked about this before. I don't usually use like full black because it's my edge color. So in most times I use it, I'll use like a dark gray like this, because then you can still see the lines that define the edge of the surfaces. You can put in absolute black. So if I was to come in here and just grab my darkest color, problem is it becomes a true pit. I can't see any detail. I can't see where the edges are. So I tend to kind of pick a tone that's like 80–90% black instead of like full on black. Just throw that out there. Just think about it. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. All right. Let's do the fridge next. Oh, I'm ducking it. All right. Pick that. Ooh, yeah. Dang. It is a metally looking fridge. All right. So this is not difficult. It's just I'm going to have some different colors in here. So I'm going to run around and drop this where it goes. I mean, they definitely stuck stainless on every surface they could in these. All right, I think that's just for fun. We'll throw it underneath there. All right, and then this griddle, and actually all the connected white surfaces here, I want to make like a darker gray color. So I'm going to hit, I always forget which one it is. I think it's Option Click? No.
This is sort of like picking your
right.
color or inference tab.
That was it. No, it was Option Click to paint all the connected white surfaces to that same color. That was what I was looking for. And then come in here, give that maybe even a little bit darker color. Oops. All right. This is, oh, we're there. I can see the end of the tunnel. So one of the things I'm doing, somebody is probably out there asking why I don't just paint on the outside of the component, which you can do. I'm actually going in, triple clicking, and selecting the geometry. Painting on the outside is, some people say, you know, you should never do it. It's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't like it as much because I lose the ability to change the color of pieces if I want later. Because what will happen is this component will have all the component information or the color information, and if I come in here to edit this, it's going to say that these are all white, even though they're obviously not white. They're inheriting the color information from the container on the outside. I'd rather have each of my faces actually have the color data on them. So I go in and triple click and then paint it. It's a few clicks extra, well, 4 clicks extra over just painting the outside of the component, but it's much more usable downstream. Speaking of which, all right, and I'll come in here, grab all of it, and start with that same steely gray, and then I am going to use true black just on the window. Oops. Put that on there, and then put this just on there. Okay, so, I didn't do my feet. I don't know. I guess these are like probably, I didn't make them components either.
Jeez.
Oh, it's all falling apart.
Hurry at that point.
Thanks a lot, 2021. Ah, there we go. Got a component over here. What you dishwasher? What do you got going on? Hey! I used that same universal foot, so everything turned out just peachy. So I guess you could absolutely project the texture from the images on here, and it would work just as well. But it's just such a simple look that I don't know that it's worth the work. One of the issues with projecting something like this is in the image, these handles are on there, the knobs are on there. So if you project it, you got to do one of two things. You have to align everything perfectly so that that texture aligns onto the geometry and colors it correctly, or you have to go in Photoshop and remove things like the handles from that face so that it projects on. Or third option is you don't model that detail, you have just a rectangle and you paste the whole thing on. Something like this, I mean, what did I spend 10 minutes coloring it? Was not very, very difficult to do. So your call, obviously, if you do that. But yeah, I think in this case, just putting that raw color on there, that raw material, worked easier than grabbing the materials and or the pictures and trying to clip out what I did and didn't need. So yeah, well, that's looking pretty good. I like it. I think we're there. I think we got to that spot that we were trying to get to.
It's funny is I was getting ready to say you didn't do 4 appliances because I wasn't thinking about the hood. The fact that it's its own separate beast.
It's and it's several $1,000s too.
That's right.
I think that hood costs more than all the appliances in my real kitchen. But I think we're there. We got there. This is it. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't remember. We finished it 2 hours. That's good. That was a good amount of time. So yeah. So if you have interest in doing it, like I said, the DWGs were there were enough information to go in and kind of mock this up. So if you're in a situation where you want one of those monogram, their monogram license or
yeah,
line,
that's
right?
the line. Yep.
you can grab those. It's also a good thing to practice. Obviously, it's not like the machine drawings we did before where everything was accurate to a millimeter. We ballparked a little bit, but I feel pretty good saying if I had to go make a space for these in the kitchen, I'd feel good enough that they're close enough in size that the real thing would work if I designed around it. Yeah, but that was fun. So next week, we are going to be right back here. Same SketchUp time, same SketchUp channel. Nah, it doesn't work. Batman's got a lock on that one. It really did not work with SketchUp.
Well, an effort was made.
I tried. I'm thinking outside the box. I'm giving it a shot. But no, we'll be back here, and we're going to do some work with live components. So here's what's going to happen. In the coming week, we're going to have a new batch of live components are going to be released. This is not in lieu of editing. Editing is still in testing. Sooner, at some point, I honestly don't know when it's going to be. Editing will be available. But in the meantime, batches of live components are going to be released on a regular. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those new live components that get released in the next week, and we're going to come back here Wednesday, and we're going to explore them and try to use them in a model. We're going to try to, it'll be like a challenge just to get those 10 live components, I think, dozen live components, whatever comes out new, and get them into a single model. So come back next Wednesday and check that out. We're also going to do a recap of this live stream tomorrow morning around 9 Mountain Time on Instagram. So if you happen to be on Instagram, check that out too. And remind me what I'm forgetting to include in the recap. I think that's everything. Did I cover it, Jody? What did I miss?
I think that's pretty much it. Are we still trying to figure out what we're doing 2 weeks from now?
Yeah. So we have some options for 2 weeks from now. It's kind of a free, fun one. So let us know if you guys have some ideas of cool models we could do 3 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks. Yes. 2 weeks. I was thinking if you guys saw on the forum, the thread we did for this one actually got some old appliances loaded up in there. People posted some pictures of some classic appliances. And there's some unique things in there. So that's an option. Take a look there and let me know if you think that those would be fun to model. But really we're open to anything. Any ideas you guys have, what would be a fun model to do? Oh, Andy's throwing out Hoover Dam again. We could do Hoover Dam. We might save that for like our big model that we do on the first Wednesday of the month. So ductwork, something MEP. I don't know enough about MEP other than running.
And that's what Beaker says, right?
Meep, meep. Roads, curves, trees, paving. That'd be fun. Yeah, so we got some ideas coming up. A boat to go in after the dam. Also always possible. Yeah, well, I'll say this. If you guys have some ideas, hop over onto our forum. There's a couple threads going about what we should model. Love to hear your ideas. Love to hear what you think we should model. In the meantime, I think we're just going to sign off now, and hopefully you guys come back tomorrow, hang out with us on Instagram for a few minutes, and see you next week. And like I said, it'll be fun to dive into some live components. But I think that is it for now. So we will see you guys later.
See you guys next week.